Hey guys, and welcome back. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Outrun 2, developed by Sega and released as an Xbox exclusive back in 2004. Outrun 2 is technically the fifth installment in the Outrun series, but the first true official sequel to the original game from 1986. There's a lot going on in Outrun 2 and quite a few features to talk about, so without further ado, let's get started. The premise is pretty much the same as the original. Grab your lady and drive your way through 5 stages of your choosing on your way to the finish line. Just like the first game, Outrun 2 sports a grand total of 15 new stages to choose from, with the difficulty being determined by which side of the map you're driving on. Not content with just the one default car, Outrun 2 gives you the option to choose one of several different Ferraris thanks to Sega's licensing deal at the time. Not to worry though, the faithful Testarossa from the original game is here, and it's really the only car that I ever use. I mean, come on, it's Outrun. It just feels weird driving any other car. Outrun 2 also sports a new game type, which is called the Heart Attack mode, where you have to drive the course while at the same time completing objectives for your lady friend. The more hearts you pick up, the more she will end up liking you at the end of the course. Now, I'm pretty good at the standard game, but for some reason I just suck at Heart Attack mode. I feel like she hates me no matter what. Heart Attack mode is a really neat diversion and can be very challenging too, since you really have to work on multitasking while you're driving. In addition, there are also the Outrun Challenges, which, when completed, can unlock extra cars, music, and even the original game. Yep, that's right, included in Outrun 2 is the arcade version of the first Outrun in its entirety. Not a bad deal. On top of that, Outrun 2 also offers a time attack mode, single races, and even online functionality, though at this point in time, it is pretty useless. The game itself does an excellent job of retaining an arcade feel, where it's much less about physics and realism and more about fun. One example of that is the new mechanic in Outrun 2, which is the drifting ability. When cornering, you can hit the brake and slingshot the car round the turn by hitting the brakes and turning at the same time. It does take a little bit of time to get used to, but once you do, a lot of the tough corners in the game become a piece of cake. The graphics in Outrun 2 are superb. The amount of detail in the level and car design is staggering, and it still looks excellent 8 years later. From the reflections off the top of the car to the effect of the sun shining through the clouds, it's all top-notch. The sound design and music is equally good, mixing classic Outrun themes with new music specifically for the sequel. Not only that, but the Xbox version also features unlockable 1986 versions of all of the classic songs as well, so you can guess which ones I use on a constant basis. Outrun 2 on the Xbox is a tremendous game and a fantastic sequel to one of the best arcade racers ever created. It manages to take the risk of updating a beloved arcade classic while respecting its roots, and staying true to the formula that made the original work so well. If this looks like a game you would be fairly interested in, it is totally worth picking up. It's relatively cheap and pretty easy to find, and it plays just fine on an Xbox 360. For the couple of dollars that you'll spend on this one, you'll be treating yourself to one of the best arcade sequels out there. As always, guys, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay classic.